So I want to elaborate a little bit about what I was talking about with this routes file and why exactly we were able to write something like about_path here in our navigation menu and have that work the way we want it to. It links to our about page properly. So the reason why that works is we have this feature in Rails where whenever we add things to this routes file here, we get a set of routes that we can use. And routes basically allow us to link things together very easily in our site. So if I open up another console tab here, I'm going to show you something really interesting. And we'll look at this more again down the line. But if I type cd here and jump back into my workspace directory and then go into this application directory we're working on. And then if I type rake space routes, okay, and then hit enter. Watch what happens here, okay? So what this does is it pulls back out for us all of the different paths that we can use. Right now we only have 2 pages in our site as we've defined here. We've got the home page and we've got this about page, okay? So what this does is this, when we type rake routes, we can see all of the different kind of convenience methods that we get, okay? So in the background of our site, because we've added these things and saved it to this file, these 2 lines of code here, okay? In the background of our site, we now can use these special paths right here, these prefixes, as you can see in this little table right here. Okay, so we can use this root, and what you have to do is say root_path or about_path. That's why they're called prefixes, okay? They're the prefix for a path. And we can now link to any of these paths throughout our site using Ruby code. And that's exactly what we did here. We're using the root path and we're using the about path. Instead of hard coding in things like, okay, this is the home page, so it should just go to /nothing, right? Because the home page is basically located at, /nothing, right? It's just the domain name. And instead of hard coding this and saying, okay, /about, that's going to be our about page. So if I refresh this and then go over here and do /about, right, that works. But again, that's not the best way to do this. It's not programmatic. It's not dynamic. So again, you down the line, you'll realize why it's important to do this more dynamically, but you'll want to do it like this. You'll want to take advantage of these prefixes. So we get the root prefix, and that's going to take us to the home page, and we get this about prefix, and that's going to take us to the about page. Right here, as you can see, /about, and it goes to this pages controller and then the about action. So this is a really useful way of looking at all the different convenience methods or prefixes that we can use, these paths or route methods that we can use throughout our actual Rails application. So at this point, all I want to do is go ahead and save the changes we've made so far and back them up to GitHub. So let's go ahead and type git status to see what's changed. And we've made changes to this application layout file, obviously. So let's go ahead and save it. Click right here and do git add dot. So we'll add all the changes. And we'll say git commit -m. And we'll say added, improved the about page link. And we'll just say enter. And then from here we'll do git push origin, and let's go ahead and push up this particular branch. So I'll just copy that over here, click right there, and then hit enter, and there we go. We just shipped it off to GitHub. So now that's all backed up for us at GitHub.